I'm finna have a white man tell me why I like ass.
Where is your dad? Where is your mom? Where is your family?
Now, naturally, every man's gonna be a connoisseur of some part of the female physique. You know what I mean? Vice versa too. Women are gonna become connoisseurs of certain parts of the male physique. You feel what I'm saying?
Davis? No.
For me, I'm a booty connoisseur. If I see some ass, I'm trying to see the gigawatts of that motherfucker, the whole nine, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to find that out, you feel me? If I'm really fucking with her on that level, you feel what I'm saying? And then some guys are personality connoisseurs, you feel what I'm saying? Some guys are face card connoisseurs, you feel what I'm saying? They look for what they look for, you know what I mean? Now, naturally, every man has some mix of some part of the female physique when it comes to how we connoisseur the connoisseurs, you feel what I'm saying?
What the hell are you talking about, bro?
So, like, you gotta understand it from that perspective, right? In this video, I feel like. So, we finna watch this motherfucker, why black men like big butts. I don't know. This is clearly, I don't know if this is trying to rage bait me or racism bait me or what, bro. But like this white guy finna tell me why I like big butts. So let's get into it. Shit. Copyright. From the jump. Copyright.
Why do black men like big butts? And is that even true, or is it just another wrong racial stereotype? They're questions that have launched 1,000 rap lyrics and even a few scientific studies. Hey, I'm Kevin.
Hey, look. If you looking from the white man perspective, you feel what I'm saying, and you look at everything that black guys talk about, or just black people talk about in general, you would say, hey, look, we're booty connoisseurs to the fullest, you know, every single one of us. But clearly that is the wrong narrative when it comes to the global perspective of how black men think. You see what I'm saying? So
here I try to give you a fair and balanced look at geopolitical issues, awkward questions around race and gender, our uncomfortable history, and of course, the female backside. So I dug into
female backside. Why are you saying it like that?
It goes way deeper than pop culture or Instagram likes. We'll look
Let me
at
turn on my fan real quick, nigga.
Roots of why men find certain shapes attractive, the contrasting beauty standards between African and Europeans, and how they've changed over time, but persisted in African American culture. And let me get my own biases out of the way first. For all my life, I've been a small butt guy. So I was fascinated with how millions of men came to the opposite conclusion. But first, let's make sure that question.
So you mean your ass or the girl's ass?
In fact, love big butts more than others. And can I
we like us
generalize
some
about an
ass.
entire race's preferences? Actually, yes, I can. Especially when there's solid science backing it up. And on this, the science is clear. Black men love big butts, and it's not even debatable. Now, I know some of you are going to think guys of all races like big butts, and that's true, but there's a spectrum of preferences within every group. And the data consistently shows that race plays a significant role in backside desires. Let's start with some data. A study by the University of Texas found that African American men are twice as likely to prefer a large rear compared to their
large rear?
But it's not just a black and white issue. The study also found that Latino men share this preference, but to a lesser degree.
Hey, shout out to my Latinos out there, man. Shout out to the Hispanic race in general, bruh. Shout out to y'all, bruh. Hey, we brothers for real. We brothers. I fuck with y'all, bruh. We brothers.
And dating site statistics back this up as well. When researchers analyzed the body type preferences selected by users on popular dating platforms,
they really got their data.
Differences between racial groups. Again, African American men were far more likely to search for thicker, curvier body types compared to white men. And interesting,
the way he's saying words is
about
funny.
The size of the prize, it turns out that there's an ideal angle of the dangle. The University of Texas study found that men overwhelmingly preferred a
angle of the dangle. Do people actually say this? Hold up, bro. We gotta look this up real quick. You feel me? Don't pay attention to my search history, nigga. Angle of the dangle. The fuck? The downward angle of. Oh my lord.
Number held true across all races. Researchers noticed that the desired degree of curvature was more
act like that didn't happen
among African American men. But wait, there's more. It's not just about the back, it's about the waist to hip ratio, to be precise. Studies show that the preferred ratio differs significantly by race. African American men tend to prefer a more extreme contrast between a small waist and large hips, while white men generally prefer a more moderate difference. So why is this the case? How did these different beauty standards develop? Is it nature or nurture that's shaping these?
Both. It's always both.
Why did African American beauty standards evolve to prefer curvier figures in the first place? Now, at its base level, there are biological and environmental factors at play. In historical Africa, a bigger body made a lot of evolutionary sense. The continent's harsh climate and inconsistent food supplies meant that some extra body fat could literally be the difference between life and death during lean times. It meant strength. It meant health. Larger bodies were also better equipped to handle the physical demands of manual labor and childbearing, essential for survival. In an environment where resources were scarce, curves became a visible marker of health, wealth, and fertility. Now here's where it gets less clear.
I mean,
was it really men choosing fuller women over skinnier ones? Or is it that given the environment, those that thrived had those bodies? I mean, the things that we see are the things that we covet, and if that's what you saw, that's what you're gonna love. Now, those traits aren't unique to Africa, of course. Throughout history and across many cultures, fullness has been linked to fertility and vitality. But in the context of African environments, these biological signals seem to take on an especially important role. As African societies developed, the evolutionary preferences became encoded into cultural beauty standards. Artwork from across the continent celebrated the fuller female form, from ancient rock art to traditional sculptures. When Europeans arrived with their own beauty standards, many African cultures actively resisted these impositions. Maintaining traditional aesthetics became a form of cultural preservation and identity in the face of oppression. Now,
W ancestors. We didn't go back on our preferences. We didn't go back on our word of what we love, nigga. Stop it. We like the big, we like the curvature. We like the thin waist curvature. You know what I'm saying? We like what we like.
These deep-rooted preferences continue to shape beauty standards in the African American community.
Who the finest girl on this page? Her. So I'll go 1, 2, top three. 1, 2. Either her or her. I'll go 1, 2, 3. I'll go 3 right here. You know what I'm saying?
Cultural artwork, from jazz album covers to hip-hop music videos, has consistently celebrated curvier body types.
Gucci Mane, Tiger,
resisting mainstream beauty standards that are often rooted in European ideals. For many, embracing fuller figures is a way of kind of honoring their cultural heritage and identity. So maybe the preference for larger body types among black men isn't just a superficial trend, but a result of thousands of years of evolutionary adaptations and cultural traditions. But what about white preferences? While African beauty standards
Caucasian
were relatively
preferences.
stable, European ideals took a wild ride. Back in the day, Europeans liked those big booties too. Renaissance paintings are full of voluptuous women, ample curves. Rubens,
they always had like a surreal. Oh shit! Don't pause on this. Don't pause. That look like a man. Don't lie. That look like a man.
Still use the term Rubinette.
Oh my gosh, these are kids with their butts out.
Then something happened.
I'm good. Europeans, y'all weird, bro. Y'all got the most surreal paintings on the planet, bro. If we go across every culture, Europeans, Caucasians, any type of Caucasian, y'all got the weirdest types of paintings, bro. The surrealness in y'all art is kind of like, it's interesting, but at the same time, you gotta question that shit. You know what I mean? Especially the Greek ones. Do your research.
Europe industrialized, and with it came a
I love white people though. Don't get it twisted.
The Industrial Revolution wasn't just about factories and steam engines. It also changed food production, making calories cheaper and more abundant than ever before. Suddenly, being plump wasn't a sign of wealth anymore. Anyone could do it. So the upper classes needed a new way to distinguish themselves. Enter the corset. Nothing says, I don't need to work forever.
All right.
A waist that you can't breathe in. Thinness became a new status symbol. The Victorian era doubled down on the trend. They associated thinness with moral purity and self-control.
But yet they still had the dresses with the little it was like a frame that made them look like they had a big butt, you know? Like and it was just like, it's just weird. Like if you do a little bit more research on that type of stuff, like they was doing that just because, like, I forgot what the girl name was, but it's a long history, bro. I don't even know how to explain it to y'all right now, man.
Lacking willpower. Talk about a 180-degree turn. Fast forward to the 20th century, and things get even more intense. The rise of mass media, magazines, movies, TV, started beaming these new ideals into every home. Fashion magazines pushed increasingly thin models. Hollywood starlets got skinnier. By the 1960s, we had Twiggy, literally named after a twig, as a top beauty icon. But here's the kicker. While European
I'm
standards
good.
are changing, African beauty ideals stayed relatively stable. I mean, many African societies industrialized more slowly, some still haven't, so the pressures that shifted European ideals weren't as intense. But come back to America for a second. I mean,
Okay.
Black Americans live in an industrialized society too. Why haven't
How long is this vid? Oh,
their
it's about
preferences
to
changed?
end.
And it's a good question. And it's because African American culture developed its own unique identity. During slavery, Black Americans created a distinct counterculture. Rejecting white standards became a form of resistance, and strong oral traditions and tight-knit communities kept cultural preferences strong, even as the broader society changed around them. And at the same time, white America basically rejected them. Forced segregation created parallel societies with different values. It limited the influence of mainstream media and strengthened the internal community bonds. For Blacks, the concept of America's melting pot happened a lot more slowly. Even as Black Americans gained more access to mainstream culture, there was often a strong pushback against whitewashing beauty standards. The Black is Beautiful movement of the 1960s is a great example. Today, interesting convergences. Mainstream beauty standards are becoming more inclusive of curvier figures. Now, is this a genuine appreciation? Or is it marketing exploitation? Or is that all intermixed? I don't know. So the next time you see a Renaissance painting or a modern fashion magazine, remember, beauty standards aren't set in stone. They're as changeable as the societies that create them. Hey, just a reminder that if I mess up any facts here, as always, I'll address it in a pinned comment below. But when you think about it, even this video is coming at things from a European standpoint. I mean, from an African point of view, the question isn't what I posed, but instead, why do white guys like small butts? And that hits.
Why do y'all?
For centuries, European.
Why don't y'all like to see the jiggle whites? Like, why don't y'all like to see the jiggle whites in the between? I ain't gonna lie, small booties be having a little something. You feel what I'm saying? They be having a little something, but you feel me? Like, y'all don't like seeing the. Y'all don't like seeing the. You know what I mean? Like I don't like that shit, man. Like, what's up? What's up? White people talk to me.
The fashion houses. They ran the movie studios. They got to tell everyone else what beautiful meant. But nature's a stubborn thing. Those African preferences that developed over thousands of years weren't just random choices. They were rooted in biology. But recently, something's changed. Now, maybe it was the internet democratizing beauty standards. Maybe it was the rise of hip-hop culture. But what's really going on is more interesting than just preferences. We're watching centuries of parallel beauty standards finally collide. Now, some say it's cultural appropriation. Others call it progress. But here's what they're missing. African American beauty standards didn't just survive. In some ways, they're winning the cultural war. Kim Kardashian helped build an empire.
Kardashian?
Black beauty ideals. So it's certainly possible that Sir Mix-a-Lot was a philosopher ahead of his time. I find that interesting, but not interesting enough to change the team I'm on. So look, this video about body preferences.
Nigga said change the team like he could actually change teams.
Seen the body positivity movement turn into something that's deadly toxic. Our media and our society went from trying to be nice to overweight people to something that celebrated and encouraged radically dangerous lifestyles. It's like some people lost their minds. I dug into the ugly underside of that and saw that it was driven by politics and profit. Hey, thanks for watching. I'm active in the comments below and hope that if you find this interesting, you'll join me again.
There's a fire video. Hey, look, who is the best looking black famous woman? You know what I mean? Like famous black woman. Who's the best looking? You know what I'm saying? I say Nia Long. Me personally, Nia Long, Lauryn Hill, that one girl from God damn, I can't think of the movie. Let on Cost a Thing. Not Christina Milian, but the dark skinned girl. You feel what I'm saying? Me personally, that's me. You know what I mean? But like, yeah. It's Khalid. I'ma still be at it, but until next time, ghost, nigga.